My guest this week on Hometown Happenings is Mike Bartone, no stranger to all Conneaut audiences, and we're here this week to talk about D-Day volunteers and the 16th annual, maybe it's the 17th. Anyway, I think it's the 17th annual.
It's been going a long time.
I know it started in 2000, so it would be the 17th annual D-Day event is coming up August 19th and 20th at Conneaut Township Park. And it's a huge event, probably the biggest event in Conneaut, and we need plenty of volunteers. We're talking hundreds of volunteers. So if you've never volunteered for D-Day and you'd like to volunteer, here's the man to talk to right here. If you have volunteered in the past and want to volunteer again, here's the person to talk to. But the most important, before I let you tell us what's really going on, there's a big volunteer meeting on Monday night, August 8th, from 6 to 8 p.m. at the D-Day Administration Building, which is the former New Leaf United Methodist Church at Madison and Buffalo Streets. And there is a sign there now that says D-Day Administration Building. So if you're thinking about volunteering, that's the place to go. But right now, we'll let Mike tell you a little bit about the volunteering opportunities.
I wanted to check my notes on that to make sure that we do have the right place. Actually, it is actually at the New Leaf.
Oh, it's at the event center.
Yes.
All right, we're going to have to edit this.
This
okay.
Just in from Lori.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it was supposed. No, I think you were right,
Yeah,
but I think they're anticipating a big crowd.
Okay.
So, but that meeting for Monday, August 8th. I think it's a Monday, right?
It's Monday, August 8th.
Monday,
right?
August 8th.
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock at the New Leaf.
At New Leaf Event Center,
yeah.
110 Gateway Avenue.
At the New Leaf Event Center. So.
Not at the D-Day Administration
Right.
Building.
So,
okay.
Just so
now that we have that straight,
right.
tell us when do the volunteering needs begin? I know they start well in front of the August 19th
They
start
started
date.
the day after last year's
after last
D-Day
year already.
event. That's when it starts. But I mean, for once, I'm not. Everybody sees me, they think, oh, I'm in charge or something. I'm not by any means in charge of this event by any means. I mean, I'm helping out with volunteers and just share my experience from last year. I mean, I think I was on your show before and saying how I'd been away for a while and I wasn't involved with D-Day for a longest time. The last time I was involved with D-Day, it was me and I think Doug Lewis going down at 5 o'clock in the morning, putting yellow tape around Township Park, because that's where all the cars parked.
And directing parking, I remember
right,
that.
And it was everything was there. There was maybe 200 or 300 reenactors. Yeah. Now we're talking about, 2,000, 2,500 reenactors, 25, 30,000 people.
I think the reenactors maybe 1,500 because they put a cap on it. Yeah.
But it's amazing. So I had a lot of fun working with Bill Wiley and Lori and all the D-Day people last year and all the other volunteers and meeting all the reenactors and all the people that come in. It's overwhelming. I mean, it really is, and that's why we need help. We need a lot of help. So
now, do you have any that have signed up so far? Are you starting at ground zero?
I do. I mean, I've actually started with my friends, obviously. Recruiting my friends.
No. Okay.
As far as like, hey, whatever you can give. Now for me, Bill Wiley's kind of put me in charge of all the parking lots starting on Tuesday night at Lakeshore Primary.
So who would be coming in on Tuesday night?
Reenactors that start coming in.
So
just
actually,
a few.
so Conneaut can really, starting August about 15th or 16th, it's kind of like it's starting.
I mean, for me, with the reenact, I mean, they start on Monday. Monday down at the park, they start bringing all the trucks of stuff to unload, to set up the tents, and Tuesday they're setting up tents, and Wednesday and then pretty much Thursday, it's got to be ready to go because they have the outdoor movie and that kind of stuff. But, for me, I'm kind of like the head of parking lots, starting with the reenactor parking lot at Lakeshore Primary. Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, and then Saturday it all shifts towards all the parking lots around town, which is quite interesting, the whole logistics of all of that.
So do you need help at Lakeshore with the reenactor parking before Thursday, August 18th?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't turn down any help, because there's going to be something to do for... So, like, if people want to come and help me, but I end up getting enough help by then, it's easy to just send them down to Township Park because there's going to be something to do. Oh, I mean, there's just so much going on. When you say we need hundreds of volunteers.
We do.
Hundreds, is definitely.
Well, talk to us about the parking lots. There's 4 or 5 parking lots around town.
Right.
They have to be manned the entire time.
Yeah.
So tell us about that.
Well, basically, how it works is like out at Gateway Plaza, Burger King, you have Lou and Judy Shiley. I think everybody in town knows Lou and Judy.
And how many cars can park here?
I would say maybe 1,000 we could get out at that. And we pack them in.
You do?
Pack them in. The back, the front, we use. If there's any available piece of land, they're putting a car on it.
Yeah. Now, do you find when people come into town, do they go to that parking lot first?
Yeah, they come right there first.
Right there.
And that's where, because they see D-Day parking, and it's directing them there. So what they do is they come in there, and they're like, how far away is it from here? Can we park closer? We usually tell them, no, either want to park here, but if you're handicapped or disabled, you can go down to the lot where Kathy, I always mess up her last name, Fenstenmaker.
Okay.
Sorry, Kathy, if I messed that up, but Fenstenmaker, I believe is her name. They handle the parking down there off of Day Street, the old deck vending building, and in front of the dock company property there. That's where they park all the. I think some things have changed here, like as far as like I have instruction here. World War II and Korean vets go to Day Street and Lake Road. We're also going to be utilizing the Foursquare Church parking lot on Mill Street.
I thought that was volunteers.
That is going to be direct all non-World War II and Korean not reenactors, but the veteran that are not veterans to unload and go to Foursquare parking. And then from that point, you'll get a handout where you can walk. It's going to be quicker for you to walk from there down to. So, there's parking lots all over. Foursquare Church, and there's, the dock off of Day Street. There's Burger King. Everybody still calls it Kmart, but Gateway Plaza.
So
CW,
all those lots need volunteers.
How
many volunteers would Lou and Judy Shiley need in their parking lot?
You're
talking 1,000 cars.
I think they would welcome as many as but probably like 8 to 10, I would think is plenty, because you have someone directing them in, you have someone actually directing them down to the next row, someone directing them in. Usually we have a person selling programs or 2 people selling programs, and someone just to coordinate, make sure everything's going all right. But to feel comfortable, just to know that we have extra people there, I'd say 6 to 10 easily for that lot. For the high school, every lot needs about 6 to 10 people.
And one of the reminders is that if you have that job, you're not going to see anything that goes down at the time.
Yeah.
So if you don't like loud noises or crowds, this
and
will be the job for you.
a lot of the volunteers that I worked with last year, as I was going around through the parking lots, I'm like, sorry, you're missing. They're like, we've seen it. We'd rather be here. Because it's just, it's great, but it's so many people.
Right.
It's like, wow, it is really impressive.
Yeah.
So.
And then what other areas, like on the shuttle buses, they always have volunteers.
Yeah,
to explain a little bit about what people are going to see.
Before we talk a little bit about that, we have Lou and Judy Shiley. If you want to volunteer out at that parking lot, you can. If you want to help Tim Neal, who's coming in as the principal now at the Conneaut High School, and Bill Wiley and I just met with him, because this is his first year ever doing anything like this. To kind of let them know how it works.
And so that's for the Conneaut High School.
That's for the Conneaut High School.
Which is open only on Saturday, August 20th.
And then Tim Hudson, he's going to be taking care of the CW parking lot.
And that's also only on Saturday.
And I guess I should give these phone numbers away. If anybody wants to get with me, they can call me. My number is 440-969-6249. Then I can direct you to any of the other parking lots. I'm not going to sit here and rattle off everybody's phone number here, but you could just call me, and then I can just get your information.
Have they ever had a situation where they run out of parking altogether?
I don't believe they have yet.
Good. That's good.
So, but what happens typically, since we're talking about filling up with parking, running out of parking, like last year, it did happen at Gateway. Of course, I have a radio. I communicate with Bill Wiley, who's kind of the head of operations in general. And I says, we're full here. What do we do? Send them to CW. And then so we were sending everybody to CW. Once the high school was full, because CW has quite a bit of land. People don't realize this. Yeah, you see the front off of Parish Road, but then in the back on Maple Avenue, they have a lot of land. So there's quite a bit. Once CW gets full, then we got a big crowd, I guess. I mean,
don't they send some of them down to the Ecstatic property?
If worse comes to worse, yeah. I mean, I'll never forget last year when I saw the tour buses coming in, and there was no plan for the tour bus that I knew of. And they pulled in, they're like, yeah, where are the tour buses going? I'm like, Bill, where am I sending? Bring them on down to Township Park. We'll find a place to park them. I mean, Bill just rolls with it. It's great working with Bill because he just, it's like you can't phase him. You can't throw a stumbling block because he'll hurdle it. Be like, all right, send them down here. We'll find a place once they get here to park them. And well, then it was out of my hands. I was like, okay, they're coming your way, but.
And what other volunteering opportunities are there?
Everybody wants to drive a golf cart. If you want to drive a golf cart, your best bet is to contact Bill Wiley, and then he'll put you in the direction of who to contact from there. But Bill Wiley, he's another important figure in this thing. Anybody that wants any information can call Bill Wiley at 813-2998 if they're interested in doing anything as well. But if you want to drive a golf cart, contact Bill, and he'll direct you in the right place. I mean, everything's just so organized. It's so impressive. I'm just, sometimes I'm just like, wow, I wish I could be this organized. But there's a person for everybody, which is
and a job for everybody.
And a job for everybody.
And that will be discussed at Monday night's meeting.
Right. That's why it's so important
August
to come
8th,
to that Monday night
New
meeting.
Leaf Event Center. So what else do you want to talk about regarding D-Day? Because it's going to be here before we know it.
Yeah. We know that the public knows what's going on. I mean, this reaches the viewers here in Conneaut and the surrounding areas. But if you have any interest in volunteering and helping out.
Even for half a day or...
And that's the thing,
you don't have to. But I'll tell you what, I know a lot of people say they're going to volunteer for a few hours.
And they end up staying.
And they end up staying. They have so much fun that they don't want to go home. In fact, sometimes it's been a little bit of a problem because then somebody else comes and they can't volunteer.
Yeah. And so, I'm excited for helping out again this year. And just the football team gets involved and all the organizations get involved, and it's great to see that teamwork and that community effort, and it just really is nice. And but I can't stress enough the volunteers that we need. And again, if you can't give an all day, like Lou and Judy, they spend from 7 o'clock in the morning till 4 or 5 in the afternoon out at Gateway. Myself, I'll be at Lakeshore Primary Tuesday night from 4 to 10, Wednesday night 4 to 10, Thursday night 4 to 10, Friday all day Friday and Friday night, and then go over on Saturday. And I get
Will you be there Sunday as well? Because that's when a lot of them leave.
I will help a little bit, but I have other obligations on Sundays, so I'll be there in the morning to do as much as I can to help. But then after spending a week there, everybody wants to get away, but I just have other commitments.
I know that the need for volunteers is still great. Excuse me, on August 21st.
It is
to clean up. That's when a lot of people.
Yeah, last year we started at 6 o'clock in the morning. After cleaning up from the 2 o'clock in the morning USO party. It's like, okay, 4 hours. We're cleaning up at Township Park, and we were there till 9 o'clock at night.
So
but
if there's any
done.
Groups out there that want to volunteer as a service project, Sunday the 21st would be a great day to do it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's just a great time, and I personally know of some people that are coming in from South Carolina, some family they've always wanted to see it.
Really?
And so this is their first year coming up from South Carolina to see it.
There's always people like that.
And it's amazing to see to look at the license plates and where people are coming from, and hear their stories too. I love to hear their stories, like they've saved up 3 years just to come here, and it's like, wow, I mean, people are making this a destination, you know, what we always wanted Conneaut to be, a destination,
Yeah,
so.
it's a lot of fun. Well, how about giving us your phone number one more time?
Okay, anybody
in case anybody
that's
wants to volunteer.
interested in helping in any way, it doesn't have to be, say, the parking lots, but if just to get a contact,
Anything.
they can call me at 814-969-6249 is my number, or Bill Wiley at 813-2998. And most importantly, come to the volunteer meeting on Monday,
August 8th.
August 8th, yeah.
New Leaf Event Center on Gateway Avenue. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you. Thanks.
Until next week, this is Martha Sorohan saying so long.